Hey YouTube, Reef Addict, Scott here. Giving you guys another update on my little 10-gallon Nano Fusion. Everything is going really well. I do have some little bit of war situations going on in the tank, which is just nature taking its course in my tank and everything's growing. I have a little story about two acros that I have bought. Previous growth conditions on the two acros are drastically different, and you can see how they reacted in my tank with my Kessil A80. So the update is here, and as I scroll in, I do properly acclimate all my corals into the tank. I do rinse, and sometimes I do from different sellers that I don't trust. I dip, but most of the sellers aren't from an LFS, local fish store, for those of you that don't know what LF stands for. But yeah, nonetheless, I don't trust some of the stores in the area of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I do have some really good reefing buddies here that propagate all their stuff out of their local tanks here with some phenomenal stock that I get for my tank. So as I scroll in, one acro was grown underneath a metal halide and T5 combo. The other one was grown out of a local tank with LEDs. I believe it was AI Prime lights that this individual was using for the one acro. You'll see that one acro is just really doing well in my tank, and the other one has started to bleach. I think it'll hopefully bounce back. It hasn't completely bleached, and you can kind of see it right there in the center, the bright white right there. And I'll scroll on and give you guys another view here as we get closer into the tank. But as you can see, everything else is continuing to grow. I have my bird's nest in the back, which I'll try to get a shot of, which is fully extended its flower tips. I believe that other green stony coral I have in the upper right corner. Shout out to those who know what that is. I don't, but it's growing really well in the front. The frog spawn in the very back has really pretty much reached as much of that coral as possible and bleached it out, but the front half is really growing. So really that's one of the war situations I have going in there. I have a mushroom in the center that is taking over my acan colony and blocking it, bleaching out half of one of my rainbow acans, but there's more growing on the inside and going to be going down the other side, so that's going to be neat too as well. All right, so some of my products over there that I'm using as well, you can see over to the right of the tank, SA hatchery diet, which I'm weaning them off of because it's too small. I moved to down to the bottom to the Spectrum food, which they happen to love. Fire shrimp, everything in there loves it. And then, of course, Reef Roids, which I stand by with all of my heart, from Polyp Labs. And corals are happy and eating as well. So let's go ahead and scroll in here and give you guys kind of an update. So I hate gluing things onto the glass. I do have to glue that chalice that you see right at the back of it right there. That's my yellow and blue chalice, but you can see it's doing really well. So frog spawns are doing good, mushrooms. So here's the two acans right there. The one on the left doing just fine. It's got some green hues in it, mostly green and brown, which kind of, as you know, with white light browns, but when you turn the blues more on, it turns more purple. And then there's that right there. That was a purple bonsai acro right there that I paid a pretty good penny for, but unfortunately the growth, you can see it's bleaching there, and I do believe 100% it's from the lighting, because as you can see, everything else is sprouting multiple heads, growing. I have coralline algae growing everywhere. Tank is very healthy. Star polyps, my Gatorades are expanding now, finally growing out. Right there, my Gatorade zoas. Hammer's doing good in the front where I placed him, as you can see, getting bigger. Gold chalice back there is growing all over the rocks, doing really well. Let's do a side shot for you. There's that, I believe that's bird's nest, purple bird's nest right there. You can see it's growing out of control right there. And there's my gold nugget clown being all funny. The acans there, that colony's bouncing back and growing away. There's that rainbow acan in the center, but you can see that stony coral there at the top. Look at that. That thing is growing just forward. You can even see the hairs on it if you look carefully. they're extended, and it's doing really well. So really the only thing that I've lost so far, and I just believe it's from lighting conditions or shock, were some of the Montes. That Montes was starting to bleach out, but it's bounced back and it's finally doing really good. My Mystic Sunsets, which is a little piece right there that you see, that's not algae, that's actually a sunset that's doing really well right there. Montes. I had another Monte, let's see here, I forget where I put some things. Oh, right there on the rock. And that one also came from the same place that acro, that bleaching out, which these are all kept under metal halides, and once again that one's bleaching, but it stopped bleaching, so hopefully it'll bounce back now. We'll see. Another Mystic Sunset back there started bleaching too, but it's doing really good now, bouncing back as well. I've turned my light intensity down to about 70%, and I'm getting a better reaction out of not only some of the Stonies and the Sunsets and the Montes, but Softies as well. So give you guys kind of a view of my protein skimmer. Look how dirty that is. I just got back from vacation, and boy, that thing is kicking butt. This is the Reef Octopus Nano. I got it taped up here. I wrapped that around the tube and extended a hole in between the main overflow tube to that tube, so it goes through the pad, and then that keeps all the micro bubbles out of the tank. So update, I do have the Nano Micro Smart ATO finally. You can see the blue light in there in my overflow tank. I have my line right here attached. It runs right here into that area right there and fills up. Never have to fill again. And I have this ran down to what you would think isn't just a complete overkill ATO. Because it is! Synergy Reef 10 gallon. I only have to fill this thing like once a month. Let's see if I can focus. There we go. Once a month. With my RODI I have from BRS. So there you go. Any questions, let me know. Kessil A80, Nano Fusion, 10 gallon. Really good gadgets. Take care. And always buy from trusted LFS stores and local people. Stop taking from the oceans. We don't need ocean stuff and wild stuff anymore. Just my 2 cents.